Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got ourselves an extra special guest today. He goes by the name Nulra, the great Nulra, the wise Nulra, the YouTube content creator as well. What a time to be alive. How you going, my friend?
Hello. Happy to be here. Always nice to cast with the GOAT himself, and we have an insane game going on nonetheless, no?
That's exactly right. That's why I called you in here. This is literally two of the best players playing right now. And seeing as you're not playing, it's like, I mean, it's hard to find two of the best players when there's not an Ulra involved. But in this one, we got a Pegasus playing as Hades, and we have a Chemo playing as Fushi.
Yes, we do, and I haven't seen Chemo much on Fuji before, have you?
He played it a lot when everything was broken, and you kind of just didn't. You kind of just did the like fast mythic. It was like free real estate for him to some degree, but I haven't seen him play Fushi since some of the nerfs came in. A little bit more technical now. Still very strong though. So we'll see how it goes. It definitely suits his style though. It's like a secondary Egyptian to some degree, playing
Yeah,
playing.
it's like you
China.
wanna. Yeah, it's like you wanna stay defensive until your power spikes, right? Which is what he likes.
Yeah.
Do you see that temple placement he has though? That's quite odd, no?
I think he's just trying to maximize the favor. I've seen people doing it different ways. It just depends, I think, on what matchup it is. So if you're going to be playing against like a Poseidon, you want to build really boxed in. So you don't care about the favor as much. Try and like wedge up against, just like you're playing a normal like Egyptian game. Try and wedge up your buildings to block any sort of entrance into your base. But if you're playing against Hades, I don't think it really matters. I think you probably want to maximize favor gain, I guess.
I mean, knowing Pegasus, and I've been discussing this a bit with him. Yeah, stable. I told him that hippeus with Athena is way better than some people think. Like you don't think you know Hades Cav, but it's actually really good against China with Tox. hippeus Tox. You start with Cav and then you transition into Tox when he has halves. And knowing Chemo, he always goes second DC, right?
Yeah.
This is a very good opening.
A poor villager stuck. He's stuck.
Oh no.
His shoulder went through the tree. He's unable to move.
Oh no. That's big. That's a lost villager right there.
Yeah. I mean, he could chop the tree down and bring everyone over here and like and bring him out if he really wants to. But yeah, that's a dead villager. But to your point, I 100% agree with you. Like even like versus China makes perfect sense to go hippeus. You don't want to go into, you don't want to play into your opponent's strengths, which is like what's China really good at. China's really good at killing off infantry units because they make fire archers, right? Or they make Chukonu or whatever. They're really good at killing off infantry units. You want to make them do something they're not really good at, which is killing off cavalry units, because they don't have the food income, which, like, say, an Egyptian player might. They can spam out spearmen. So it's quite tricky to deal with the hippeus. And on top of that, those javeliniers, I'm not a fan. To suffice it to say, I'm not a fan. So yeah.
Me neither. Me neither. I feel like they are just not it. They look strong on paper, but like when you use them, they don't really feel. You don't really feel that hit like you do with a peltast.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the range, or if it's the attack speed, or what it is, but it feels very tricky to perfectly time a shot. And yeah, clunky might be the right word. Maybe the animation is clunky, but it feels really tough to time getting off a shot and like using the speed and spacing like enemy Toxotes or something like that. But a insanely good raid here from Pegasus.
Oh no, this is brutal. Losing a Quafu this early?
Well, okay, so let's go back to what we were talking about before, where I said maybe versus Hades this isn't so bad. Well, it turns out if Hades players are going to start going for hippeus, then you want to start playing just like you play versus Poseidon and and making your base nice and protected. Otherwise, you're going to lose
Yep.
Powerful.
Exactly. I mean, you see what I see here? Chemo 1 TC. How often do you really see that? Not even a village center.
I mean,
Very uncharacteristic.
I'm incredibly confused with the units he's building. He's going for the old Fire Archer versus hippeus, which
Yeah.
isn't ideal. But
I mean, this is perfect for Peggy.
yeah, it's exactly what he wants. He's not going to adapt. He's not going to change it. Well, he actually already has. Never mind. I would have thought he would have waited on the Toxotes until he sees halberdiers. But I mean, it's not like Toxotes are bad versus Fire Archers by any stretch of the imagination. Great raid there. I guess this is
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Look at the top. He's going for the TC.
Okay, so it
And
makes
it's
it makes a little bit of sense from the perspective of what are the Toxotes going to do. It's the same thing with like a slinger, right? Like if you can't fight the slinger for whatever reason, the slinger can't do anything. It sits there, it kills off your archers, and controls an area, right? But you can't push a town center. So I don't know if this works here against the hippeus, but
I would have much rather seen him go for a village center here over that next to the groove, the peach blossom.
oh yeah.
Oh,
he's
the
back.
Minotaur again. No way.
Oh, they survive though. These ones get it through the forest.
Does he see that? No, he doesn't. No, that's brutal.
Chemo's in a lot of
Peggy's
trouble.
unit control is very good here. Yeah.
I feel
For
like
sure.
I feel like Pegasus has unrusted, so to speak. He looks like primo, like he was looking at Red Bull.
Yeah, this is looking sharp. Good unit control. Good min-maxing of one single unit like the Minotaur. He got so much value from it.
Yeah. Oh, and one other thing that we didn't see here is Pegasus skipped this tech. And I think this makes a lot of sense versus China. I mean, with the Hades, you can kind of just defend whatever you want, but he just gets that faster up, gets the pressure, makes sure he can deny a town center or a naked town center, and those sorts of things. Keeps Chemo out of his comfort zone.
Precisely. That's exactly why he actually skips Vault of Erebus here. He wants a 330 or a 345 at the latest. And going for Vault, you can't get it. So you're losing out on tempo. Ever since the start, he's been, you know, in the driver's seat and is looking like really good right now. And Chemo is kind of looking not like he knows what to do. He's still building fire archers. And he's getting hit from both sides at the same time. This is not looking too good for him right now.
I mean, villager-wise, let's just have a quick little check with the bugged UI. 38 versus 39, so it's still kind of close. This is the thing that it always feels like when you're playing against Chemo that you're really getting stuff done, but even though you're never mind, those Guaofu are ouch. Holy crap.
Oh, look at the unit control from Peggy.
This guy's disgusting.
No, but look at that. No! He actually almost had, but that was so beautiful, no?
Yeah, that was insane. I didn't even.
The way he kept boxing them in.
Yeah, if that was Legacy, it would have just been like, oh, yep, just teleport him to the town center, no problems. But in Retold, you actually have to touch the town center. All the units have to touch the actual garrison building to get in there. There's no teleporting anymore.
I'm sure Peggy's gonna keep in the back of his mind, okay, there's a really low health Quafu, and he's gonna try to snipe that, maybe send in 1 or 2 hippeus from a corner when he least expects it, and snipes that for himself.
Yeah.
But it's looking like Aphrodite now for Peggy, staying on a 1 TC and Gumong here for Chemo.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's managed to get this this heroic age in without using the Peach Blossom Spring. It's kind of impressive. Considering
I think it might be actually because of the Quafu spam, right? Because you're like saving 50 food every time because they take 30 seconds to build, right?
True.
And they're primarily gold. So So I think that's how you like kind of cheese it.
Yeah, the Quailfu is very, very powerful. There's actually, yeah, he has got a huge amount of them actually.
Yeah. Another thing here for Peggy that's very, very important is, yeah, okay.
I love this.
He's gonna place the sentinels down and he's
Yeah.
gonna go for what's it called? Petropolis play.
Petropolis,
This is like reading, you know, he's reading the playbook perfectly
Yeah.
that we talked about, like
Yeah.
pulling it off very, very nicely.
Yeah.
And now with a wall there, Sentinels and Petropolis, and it's gonna be really, really rough for Chemo.
Yeah, I love this. This is exactly the way that you play around those big defensive god towers if you get the chance to, right? And that's get some range siege, get the position, and your opponent gets into some trouble. But nice little lightning weapons here. Gets a couple of kills, but this is totally fine for Pegasus. He's got...
Yeah.
I wouldn't even... Actually, probably not cursing just yet. He doesn't need to do it. Just needs to get himself the catapult and just sit on this advantage he's got.
Yeah, so one important thing here is he should definitely not be cursing the fire archers. They
Yeah.
don't do anything to his comp.
Yeah.
He needs to be waiting for the switch into a different unit like White Cav, White Horse Cav, and then go for the curse on those. That's where he's gonna get max value, because currently the fire archers aren't gonna do anything for Chemo.
Yeah, I mean, like fire, like I've said this before, but fire archers are literally axemen, ranged axemen. Like
Yeah.
they're kind of like throwing axemen, except without the negative of being an infantry.
You have the option of going for terracotta warriors here to snipe those Petropolis to buy yourself
Yeah.
some time. But it looks like he's not gonna go for it.
And now the forest protection's gone. And I mean, the one saving grace here for Chemo is that he sacked the town center without losing too many villages. Villager difference right now is still pretty close. In fact, Chemo is up 10 villages. However, he doesn't have any gold income.
Did he use his groove up? Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah,
And he's
yeah,
not
it's gone.
going for
It's
mythic.
gone. He's got himself 800,
how
800
far?
gold in the bank, but he's not making the right. He's not making the right unit comp at all here. I mean, pretty much all he needs is pure White Horse cavalry. If he can just get that out, he does have the Taowu, the bowling ball.
Oh, did he get the upgrade?
Yeah, he did.
Can you
Yeah,
check?
yeah, he did. You can tell because he's got the animation. He's got the extra gold plating on his stuff.
Oh, I was looking at the speed of the charge. That was super, super fast.
Yeah. He gets a lot of ground, but like you only
Look at that.
you can only hit a unit once through, right? So it's more about get in, get out, and once the roll is over, he's back down to like no speed. So he's got some. He's my favorite of all the Chinese.
Yeah, I love using
this. He's so much fun.
The Drift King. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Peggy needs to push up here with another Petropolis. Fortress, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
And walls.
Fortress on this position would be fantastic. I mean, he's already got the gold control, so he probably doesn't. As long as he doesn't just get annihilated here, he should be fine. His curse goes down. The Taowu spammage is coming through. This is where Chemo finds wins all the time, though, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, how? I don't
The
understand.
Taowus, yeah. The Taowus are so tanky if you look at the stats. They soak so much damage.
Yeah.
Like if
and they
Chemo
do-
had the correct units here,
Yeah.
I think it would turn out even better for him.
100%. They actually do a fairly decent amount of damage because it's 10 hack per like unit it hits. So if you hit every single unit in like a blob, let's say it's 60, all of a sudden you're doing 600 hack in one special.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's doing it over and over.
Yeah.
I do see the town center about to go down. I'm pretty sure you do a ton of damage if you charge into a catapult with the Taowu.
Yeah, because they're doing 100 crush as well. So I guess it's 11-ish
Yeah.
damage. Actually, probably not 11. 10.1. 10.1 damage versus normal units. And I guess you have to hack armor as well. But anyways,
Yeah.
that was a
Mhm.
absolute clinic on anti-China from Pegasus.
That was very, very good. Uh, clean, but
Yeah,
like at the same time, there are ways for China to play around this.
100%.
Uh, but it looks like Chemo hasn't found his way there yet. Usually he likes to experiment and then he'll
Yeah,
eventually find a way to get there consistently.
yeah. The Tao
Maybe
Wu,
he knows now fire archers.
yeah, the
Oh, go on.
the Tao Wu idea plus the correct unit comp. Which, I mean, what do you want? Javelinier, halberdier, white horse cavalry are like your type of units that you could consider making here, plus those Taowu, and all of a sudden the army looks very, very difficult to win fights with. But it's a very food heavy army.
I think you actually don't want to make any jabs or any halves. You straight up want to just get your tower upgrades and jump to heroic and get white cav out because it'll deal with both
Yeah,
units.
yeah,
And once you add prodromos, you add halberdiers, right?
yeah, exactly.
And with the lightning weapons, you can win the first fight, but you can also go Juanu for Fuji and still be fine and take good trades with the special attack of them. So there are better options than this for sure, and I just think he needs to figure those out.
Yeah, and he will. This is like the chemo experiment. Even the thing is with chemo, like maybe you've noticed this. I've definitely noticed it. Is he'll like in the back of his mind, he'll work out what a strategy is that's really good, and he'll only really use it when he really wants to win. Otherwise, he might start experimenting out and trying like some other stuff. Like there was the moment where he went into that ISIS fast mythic thing, and he was doing that a ton and a ton and a ton, and then all of a sudden he just kind of stopped and
Yep.
and
It's
and he
it's
started doing some other stuff. So it's like, yeah, you work out if
yeah.
it's good or not. You say, great, I'm done with that. Let me try something else.
So his thought process, I talked to him about this. His thought process is I will spam something until I master it, and once I feel like I've mastered that strategy and can consistently do it, I will move on to either another strategy or another god.
Yeah,
And that fast mythic ISIS thing he was doing for a while, at the end when he stopped, he felt like he had perfected it, which he was considering he kept winning against
true,
everyone.
true. Well, that was a fun game. Well played to Pegasus. Definitely try this one out if you're struggling versus the Chinese. It's not easy, I don't think, because you have to really control those hippeus well. Because those halberdiers can be really, really painful if they're in the right spot. And like Nullrise says, those white horse cavalry are a big, big threat to this sort of a composition. But something fun. GG. Oh, and also
GG.
go follow Nullra's YouTube channel. He has a fantastic YouTube channel with hilarious content and opinionative tier lists. It's good.
Thank you, thank you.
GG.